Uh, One of my biggest mentors is a woman named Kikora Franklin. She's a professor up at Penn State who teaches hip hop and African, and she kind of took me under her wing and really helped me not only in dance but just as a person mature and grow towards my craft but towards hip hop. I would say that a couple of my online mentors would probably be Keone Madrid is one. He's a hip hop choreographer, and he's a devout Christian and very public about his faith. And I really admire that in the sense that he's such a great model for hip hop dance, but at the same time, doing that and keeping his faith very strong and letting people know where he stands in the world. Who else do I really love? As far as freestyle, the Lay Twins.
Oh, they're awesome.
Yeah, they're very popular now. They actually tour with Beyonce, but I was following them, probably like four or 5 years ago, just watching them all the time, trying to emulate their style. And so those are freestyle-wise, they would probably be up there with people who I watch a lot. This dude who I watched recently a lot, his name is Green Tech. He's a freestyle popper, and he's just dope. I always try to emulate his style within the popping genre of hip hop. And so there's multiple people. It depends what style I'm trying to learn. That depends on who I look at. I usually have the genres within hip hop that I'm trying to get better at, and then within each genre, whether it be choreography, house dance, popping, locking, what have you. There are different people who are masters at those styles and who I look at. So it usually depends on what genre I'm trying to get better at, but I would say those 2 or 3 people are the ones that I most constantly look at. For me personally, my thing has been the thing that I'm passionate about, making that the thing that I have to go after every day. And so I don't do a quote-unquote split life where I'm really working somewhere and then I'm doing a craft on the side or what have you. My craft is my life and my life is my craft. And for me personally, that's been the way that I've been able to be most consistent with getting better at dance. So that's something that I've struggled with and tried to get more mature in. And I think that's something that you just have to constantly pray and think about, and it's a constant process throughout life. So is that I consider myself the worst critic of anyone. So no matter usually what anyone says, it probably hasn't been any worse than I've told myself. So it really doesn't affect me as much. One thing I definitely can be honest about is that I tend to care about what a lot of people think about me, and that has been something that I've had to get over and make that a strength for myself. And so especially in this kind of world where other people's perception of you can be, the make or break of your career, but yet dance is supposed to be an art and supposed to be something that's self-expressed.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to care about that stuff. It's a hard balance to find. But the one thing I think is just remembering that I am here for a reason, that God put me here for a reason, and what He puts in my heart, as long as I'm doing that kind of stuff and as long as I'm investing in that kind of thing, that I don't have to care about what other people are saying for me, because there's a bigger plan ahead. So that's kind of the main thing that I hold on to in order not to care what other people think about me, and being confident in what I'm doing. Because otherwise, for me personally, that would be a very hard thing, and it still is, but that would be even a harder thing to deal with, considering how judgmental the industry is, even though the whole thing about art in general is being just expressing yourself and not really having to think about what other people say about it. So I've had multiple instances where networking has been a life changer or a lifesaver. And so within my craft, I'm always trying to network, and Facebook is great for that. So anybody who I ever respect or I find online and I'm like, oh, he's dope or she's dope, right away I'm trying to find their name, look it up on Facebook, find them, and just send them a message of encouragement that that I like their style or what have you, because you just never know. It's one of those things that the Lord uses people to put you on the path that He wants. So even though they might not even read it, they might not respond, I'm like, hey, you never know. They could be one of those people that changes your life in a few years or a decade later. So I think networking is definitely important within my craft and in any industry in the world. So what else has there been? For me to even go to where I'm going, Ohio State University is one of my instructors' alma maters. That's where she went to graduate school. And so because of her and her grace towards me and her helping me out and talking to the faculty at Ohio State, it ended up putting me in a good position on their list. They even told me that when I first applied there, I was one of the bottom on their list. And after I came in and interviewed with them and everything, and they talked to my instructor, I ended up getting bumped up to one of the best in their list. So networking has definitely been a blessing in my life. And but you have to work at it. It's not just something that just comes. You have to be constantly thinking about how can I network, who are the people that can get me where I want to be, and making an investment to care about other people, because ultimately that's what it's about, caring about other people, not just trying to use them for your networking opportunities. But when you do care about people and really try to take an investment into their lives, usually what you sow is what you will receive. So yeah. At Penn State, I really tried to bring the dance community together. So I would try to, me and a couple members of the group that I was a part of, Misfits, we would all try to teach classes and invite as many dancers as we knew. Not just dancers, but people who wanted to move in general. So we would teach a lot there. Last year, I ended up getting 3 gigs to teach at different dance studios with hip hop, and so I taught near the Penn State area for 3 different dance studios there. And then the reason I have a scholarship to Ohio State is because I'm going to be a graduate assistant. And so I'm teaching 3 hip hop classes to undergraduate dancers or undergraduate people who are students who aren't dancers, so non-major students. So yeah, those have been my main forms of teaching. Eventually I want to have my own dance studio or have my own company, so teaching is definitely something that I've been trying to get better at and investing in myself to improve at. And I will be auditioning out in the industry. I'll be either out in LA, or if my mother gets her way, closer to home in New York. And I'll be auditioning for gigs. I'm going to be really trying to get behind some, famous artists at the time, going on tour, doing gigs like that, trying to get into music videos, everything like that. So I'll be trying to get an agency, and I'll be, living the hard life, trying to just audition and get gigs for the first couple of years after I graduate school. In the problem. So my Facebook is Quilan, Q-U-I-L-A-N, Q-C-U-E, Arnold. And then my Twitter, my YouTube is Q for Christ, which is C-U-E, the number 4, and Christ, C-H-R-I-S-T. I also have a Tumblr that's called The Narrow Path. You can probably find me through my name, Quilan Arnold. That's my own blog. And I think that is it. So my YouTube and my Facebook are the things that I am most prevalent with, and I'm always on. So if you ever want to reach me, just let me know. Also, my email is qforchrist@gmail.com. So yeah, I'm always open for new people. Love it. So.
Yo, now you can beat me on the celly or beat me on the telly, whatever stage, digging my leather like font.